The first of 3 Group 1s then on Champions Day at Sha Tin is the Chairman's Sprint Prize. Group 1 contest over the 1,200 metres with $18 million on the table. Headed by Hot King Prawn. Joe Moreira will jump from the inside gate. Thanks Forever gets the blinkers on for the first time. He'll jump from barrier number 11. Mr Stunning, much like Hot King Prawn, Thanks Forever coming out of the Sprint Cup behind Voyage Warrior. Full of Beauty ran 7th in that race. Wishful Thinker down to the 1,200 metres. Voyage Warrior, super ride from Vincent Ho to win last time from barrier 3, gets barrier 10. Big Party with the cheek pieces on Big Time Baby, all-weather specialist, and down to Athera, who blew the start. He was 1.8 favourite for the Sprint Cup. Blew the start, nothing went right after that. How does the speed look for this one then, Tom?
Well, I think they've got an option but to go forward with Athero here. And again, in his recent barrier trial, he wasn't the quickest out, but he was soon cut loose by Zach Burton and strode away for what was a pretty impressive trial victory. So he's still not totally bulletproof yet. Voyage Warrior will no doubt slide across. Thanks Forever could potentially go with him if he wants to. Maybe he's just going to try and get some luck. Blake Shinnon slot in. Big Time Baby, Hot King Prawn's pretty much a lock for the trail. You can see DB pinned back there at the end with Wishful Thinker.
Here is Hot King Prawn. He's come up the early favourite as well. He's under a good hold here. Everything's going well for him. He's got barrier number 1. He's cherry ripe and ready to go. His Hot King Prawn looks very good here in the mornings. Voyage Warrior, he's been up here at Chung Fa. He stretches out nice enough, and his piece of work here was allowed to be let go and went on with it. So, interesting to see how he goes. He did win the race last time when all these horses met, although the track was a bit shifty. And Athero, under a really good hold as well. You can see him going really nicely, Athero. Just slow work for him. But this is a couple of weeks ago. We've got another piece of work we're going to show you during an interview. All right, well, Athera as well will start in actual facts. And trainer John Moore not only has him, but also Thanks Forever in the field.
Stall 5, Athero. We know he had issues out of the gates last time. Are you happy with that draw?
Yeah, I'm happy with the draw. We've done a bit of work, gate work with him to make sure he does jump away on the weekend. We're really happy with his lead-up work, and his gallop this morning was exceptional. Great feedback from the riding boy. So, yeah, we're going in with all guns blazing.
And just Thanks Forever as well from the wide draw?
Yeah, I would have preferred an inner draw, but that's the way life is, and he's got a very good runner, you know, one of the favourites inside him, and that'll give him a good card across. So I think he'll be well positioned.
Guess the gear change as well, Thanks Forever. But Athera, it seems to be all about the starts. Tom, if he blows that, then say he really sort of got himself in a bit of a stew last time. So if he gets out of the gates, that's half the battle. Yeah,
it all went wrong for him. Wasn't a pretty sight last time out. Got really keen when trying to get through between runners. Real fired up. I think that's the chink in his armour here, Athero, this time round. And when he did lead, of course, on International Day in December, he was run down over the final stages. So I'm predicting that this time round with him, Athero. That start was really costly for him last time out. Still not all there, but we know he's got plenty of ability.
Yeah, he missed the start that last time, didn't he? And last season as well, when he got beaten by Fat Turtle, and then he came out and ran like an absolute toff. So, look, I think they've done a lot of work on him, and I think he can run well. All right, well, this is the Sprint Cup. They're all back in actual facts. I think it'd probably be a different order, though, this time round. Tom, who comes out on top from this lot?
Yeah, well, Voyage Warrior was able to win it. Ricky Hughes said he's come out and enjoyed his time up at Chung Fa. Thanks Forever has just been going enormous, continues to put in, had a real hip and shoulder match around the home turn in the end with Athero. Hot King Prawn stayed on pretty well there. So, look, I'm inclined to go with Hot King Prawn here. Yeah, I reckon I don't think you're going to get that result again at all. I think the track was slightly off. Everything went wrong for Athero as well. So I think Athero can beat Hot King Prawn.
All right, there we go. One on each camp at the moment. Well, let's stick with Hot King Prawn and speak with the jockey, Joe Moreira.
Hot King Prawn, what did you make of him leading up to Sunday, both his trial and also the last start effort in the Sprint Cup?
His last run was very good. I was a bit unlucky as I ended up being behind horse that was moving in and out and got me held up a little bit. That may have changed the result of his last race. And he still ran a very good race. So based on that, I'm happy with it. And also his fitness-wise in regards to how he barrier trialed the other day, I would say he seems in good shape, seems very healthy, and I've seen no reason why he shouldn't bring his best to the races.
You take on Athero, who you won on down the straight a few months ago earlier this season, breaking the track record. What was he like, that sit that you got to have on him?
Athero, in my opinion, he's the best young horse and obviously an up-and-coming horse. It's very hard to predict when he's really going to be as good as or even better those best sprinting town, but he gave me the feeling that he will be one of the best, if he's not quite there yet. But at the same time, I'm extremely happy with my bloke. He's been very consistent. He has proven to be a very good horse as well. And obviously, I'm hoping that Hot King Prawn is the winner.
There you go. There's Joe on Hot King Prawn. Before we get your final selections, guys, just want to have a look at one more horse in action. This is Big Time Baby. Now, the plan was Dubai, but unfortunately that didn't happen. But he is an all-weather specialist, 5-time winner over this trip on the dirt.
Yeah, and look, this horse is our best dirt horse in Hong Kong at the moment. I think Big Time Baby, along with Elusive State. But he's run really well on this turf before. He ran second behind Athero, and he's also run second behind Big Party. Look, I put him in on a very minor line because I think he might be a little bit of value in the race.
I agree with Paul. He's come up at 2.3 for a place. Has Big Time Baby. I'd be throwing him to your quartets just on how he trialled there. He's been halfway around the world, seems to have handled that okay without racing and put 2 good trials together. All
right, Matthew Chadwick will be in the saddle. Hot King Prawn, our current favourite, Paul, but it sounds like you're an Athero man. Yeah,
I'm going to go with Athero to bounce back in this to beat Hot King Prawn, but that looks to Quinella, a Big Party and Big Time Baby, 11, 1, 8 and 9.
I'm with the Prawn here, a Hot King Prawn. He's got less chinks in his armour than Athero does at this point, so he's on top for me. Should get a good run in the trail and be able to pounce in the straight. Athero number 11, 2 Thanks Forever, and 9 Big Time Baby. 1, 11, 2 and 9.
I'm with Hot King Prawn as well. 111 the cue for me, but Athero, if he's at his very best, he could just blow them off the track again. That's the Chairman's Sprint Prize.